Only to the point where it was such a topic of conversation amongst fans and media. John Murphy still talks about his befuddlement with no addition to the receiving group via the draft. But my surprise kind of stops there. Me personally, I didn't go out on a limb, to say as much. Well, it's not like I was given a chance to, being that I wasn't invited on during the entire draft process. But I just, I look at a guy like Robert Foster. I look at an undrafted guy like that and how much promise he showed. And to me, that becomes your quote unquote draft pick for the following year. His development becomes the guy that you would have otherwise drafted first, in the first or second round this year. I just did not see it as a huge need. Those were two big additions, via free agency, good size money, very defined roles, and two guys, two incumbents that showed a great deal of promise. And where else was the other guy, really needed? Now, look, I understand, he chased Antonio Brown, and maybe that gave people the impression that, that they were the type of regime that valued a number one. But, once they went the other way with it, I just didn't see it. And I didn't see it as really being a need. And I don't think that they are down on Zay or worried about Foster because, he was inconsistent, especially early on last year with effort.
He got himself cut
attendance,
last year.
Amongst other things. I think it's a room that has defined roles and tremendous potential. I don't know that I needed to add more potential to a room that already includes a second round pick who's trying to come into his own, and honestly, a guy with a skill set, of a day one or two pick who simply, had issues in college that if he fixes them, he's bursting with potential as well. I'm totally good with the wide receiver room right now.
Unless the Bills were going to get rid of Zay Jones, of all the stuff that went on before the draft, all the topics, all the conversations, wide receiver was the one position where I never felt like the Bills were really going to go all out in addressing. I remember early in the process when DK Metcalf blew everyone away at the combine, and everyone in the world had him going to the Bills in their mock drafts with that ninth pick, if he would even last at that time. I just never bought into it, if for no other reason than, let's just say, okay, you drafted DK Metcalf at 9, or anyone in the first round, or even second round for that matter. Somebody is going to be the odd man out among the 4 that they already have right now. You mentioned Roberts. He's making the team. He's going to be the kick returner. He's good on special teams. So he's that 5th receiver. You got 4 out there now. Somebody's got, assuming they would even keep 6 receivers, which probably would be the case. But let's just say, for the sake of discussion, they got DK Metcalf. Or they traded for somebody, I don't know, AJ Green, somebody like that, who's out. Somebody's got to be out. Zay Jones going to be the 6th receiver, or Robert Foster. One of them would end up being the 6th receiver, probably not even dressing on game days. You know what I mean? So somebody would have had to been out. That's my take on it anyway.
Absolutely, man. If you felt as though, not you, but anybody felt as though they should have drafted somebody, then you lack confidence in either Robert Foster or Zay Jones to become something, either one or both to become something, in this league. And I believe that by not drafting a receiver high or at all, really, it was a tremendous vote of confidence for those two. And it's a vote of confidence that I support 100%.